Hello everybody and welcome back to Crusader Kings, where we have taken over as this gentleman. Now, this daughter here is our current player heir. This may change, but... There's absolutely no way that we're going to get this to matrilineally marry, right? This is not going to be a thing. Yeah. Minus 1,000 reasons, obviously. There's no way that they would go for something that basic. We need to look for some opportunities to expand here, and the only way that we can really do so... This would require a lot of intrigue. If we were to do something along the lines of this... He wouldn't accept this due to faith differentials. That's going to be our biggest concern going forward, is faith differentials, right? So, here's the question. How can we go about spreading our faith, then? I mean, we can learn this guy's language, but that doesn't actually help. How can we go about converting outside of our realm? Because that's going to be our biggest problem, is the, well, actually, this guy, hypothetically... I mean, he would accept this. Because our faiths are hostile. They're not enemy faiths, unlike, I think, this one. Yeah, we consider them evil, they consider us evil. So, this guy's right out, for right now, anyway. So, we definitely need to find an option here, assuming that we don't have a male child. Which we could. We definitely could. But, these guys are hostile. This would be a potential option. I don't think it's great, though. What if we were to go for Scotland? That's an interesting question. So what we'd want to do is we'd want to arrange a marriage here, matrilineally. He'll accept this. Now, this guy is, for some reason, not in the line of succession. He is a child of a concubine, which I don't think disqualifies him, but for some reason, he's not in this line of succession. So the only one that we would need to murder would be this kid here. Now, we don't have much of a chance here on our own. But if we were to go into the intrigue here, we could invite some agents here, like this guy would be convincible. So we're going to go ahead and invite him. And also there's this lady, and that should get us what we need. Cool. So we've got this matrilineal betrothal going on, and we do need a new marshal. We'll put this guy in. So now if we don't have a male child, then that should be a thing that happens. We want to grab scientific here. We need to get caught up in tech. Absolutely. That is a pretty high priority at this moment. But yeah, that's going to get us Scotland under our control here, in theory. War against tyranny. Okay, that's fine. But this guy... Wait a second. This is Einar. Einar isn't in the line of succession. Okay. That's a problem. I should have checked that. I just assumed. I should have checked. Okay. We're abandoning this scheme. Yeah, we spent money on it, but that's okay. We're abandoning that for now. That's not actually a viable option. So, Mercia. Sibling, huh? Not very viable here, although if we had a male child. I feel like what we really need right now is children to work with. So that's going to be, I think, a bit of a focus right now. For that to happen, ideally, we would need to swap over to family focus. Now, we can't change that just yet. When can we change that? 2 years. Okay. Sounds good. So we are working on tech here. We're going to be 35 years until battlements is done. 41 for bailiffs. So that's fine. I think I might make a slight change, actually, to the rule set here. I was just thinking about that. Crusader Kings 3 is, in my opinion, less set up for a pacifist play than CK2. There are fewer tools, and that's probably just to do with the age of the related games, right? Crusader Kings 2 has had more development. But one thing I'm thinking about allowing here, and I'm probably not going to do it this episode, but one thing I'm thinking about allowing here is specifically de jure claims. So I don't know that we have any de jure claims right now. I would be a little surprised if we did. Maybe down over this way we'd have de jure claims. But specifically de jure claims, I think I'm leaning towards allowing de jure claims to be a war thing. So you'll be able to have your vassals expand out into an area, you usurp the title or create the title. And like, for example, Livonia here. So if we were to create Livonia, and I'm not going to, I'm going to create Livonia here, but I'm not going to actually declare this. So if we were to create Livonia, we would then give that over to this guy here. So grant that title to him. There we go. And now we should have a de jure claim on Estonia. We may have to tick to get that to pop up. Right? We should have a de jure claim here. Yes. On this county here. I'm not sure why. Oh, it's pressing his claim. Well, that's his claim on an external title. We should have a de jure claim here because this guy is the Duke of Livonia. This is de jure part of Livonia. Do we not have the tech for pressing de jure? I think we don't. Casus Belli, yeah, that's the de jure county CB. So we don't have that. We can't use it right now, but I'm thinking about allowing de jure CBs. Just because, I mean, it's ours by law. Going after it essentially shouldn't be, in my opinion, counter to a pacifist playstyle. That's my thinking. But we'll see. We'll see what you guys think about that. Make sure to leave a comment. Let me know what you think. But I'm thinking that because it belongs de jure to us, that should be legal for us to go after. What we're not allowed to do is we're not allowed to fabricate claims. We're not allowed to declare wars that are, well, we don't have CBs over here. We're not allowed to declare wars that are like holy wars. We're not allowed to declare, actually, I think our faith prevents us from declaring holy wars. Is that correct? Does pacifism? Yes, cannot declare holy wars. That's what I thought. So our faith prevents us from declaring holy wars. The other types of wars that we would theoretically press would be like subjugation. And we're not going to be allowed to do that. In fact, I don't think, well, we're bellicose right now, but I think now that we're feudal, we can't subjugate anymore. So the only ones that I'm thinking about allowing is de jure. So for that to happen, for us to be able to like de jure declare on East Francia, we would have to have titles that de jure belong to us there. I think that's an acceptable form of pacifist expansion. Because otherwise we're going to be stuck with basically just inheritance. And that's extraordinarily slow, shall we say. Extraordinarily slow. Now we're going to be doing inheritance for sure. That's going to be part of our plan here. But what we're not going to do is only inheritance. Another thing we could think about doing is spreading faith. Now, here's a question. If we were to convert faith in counties, can we do that in counties that are not part of our realm? Okay, that would be interesting if we could, but only in like bordering counties to try to spread our faith. But that's not an option. so that's fine. We are above our domain limit right now, and that's to be expected. We could inspire this person. Go ahead and do it. We'll go ahead and give him that. 102 gold to go on an adventure. I'm sure it'll be fine. Okay, our wife is no longer pregnant. I didn't actually even realize she was. Ah, a hybrid Norse-Sami culture. Interesting. We'll see how that develops. Interesting indeed. There we go. I was waiting for a sneeze to come in. Fantastic. Okay, so we do want something truly unique. We'll give him 102 more gold. This lady has a claim on the Kingdom of Scotland. We are also allowed, for the record, we are also allowed to push other people's claims. This is something I discussed, I think, last episode. We are allowed to push other people's claims if it will not result in anything entering our kingdom. So, for example, with this Scottish claim, we're currently allied with this guy, and that's okay, I guess. We may want to break this betrothal. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and do it. And if we were to look at Scotland, then we'll need to... we should have a CB because of the person in our court, right? Okay. Maybe we need a tech for that as well. Let's see. So that is... was that her? Kingdom of Finland. No. Okay. Who was it that had that claim? So Scotland's emblem is that. That's the house emblem. Got it. So if we go back into our court here. Was it you? No. Was it you? Yes. Okay, so we could recruit her to our court for 175 gold. Done. So now she's in our court. Now, she is Norse and the wrong faith. We could try to demand her conversion. She would currently not accept that. We could send her a gift for 11 opinion, and that would... she would accept that now. Okay, perfect. So we'll go ahead and do that. She converts to the correct religion. And now, in theory, we would be able to declare war on this guy, but we don't have a CB. So, do we need a tech to be able to push her a CB? Perhaps. I can't remember. Wouldn't be any of those. But that is something that we would be allowed to do. For sure. I would like to do that. We have apparently a CB, because if we didn't, it wouldn't pop up. So, see, this would be an illegal war for us to declare. The reason why this would be illegal is because this would enter our realm, which we are not allowed to do. We are not allowed to declare a non-de jure war that would give us territory. Okay, so Scotland here, though, if we could actually push her claim, we would be able to put her on the throne there. Now, what would that end up actually doing for us? I'm mostly just doing this as a demonstration. I wasn't actually planning to put her on the throne. But what that would allow us to do is say that this guy wasn't Norse, or say that this guy was, well, he is the wrong faith. We would be able to put someone of the correct faith on this throne by doing that. Which would allow us to get marriages, which would allow us to eventually inherit this kingdom. That would be the... oh, look at Brittany. Oh my. Okay, that would be the overall goal there. So, like, for example, if we had a claim on East Francia here, like, if somehow we managed to get this guy to enter our court because he was hypothetically unlanded, and we brought him over, right? And then we were able to convert him to the correct religion, and then we were to press the claim, so then all of a sudden our religion would be on the throne of East Francia, and this would be eligible for us to inherit at that point. So that's going to be our primary expansion method, with a secondary expansion method being de jure wars. So these wars here, these are all, I think, illegal wars. Yeah, these are our vassals' claims. They have to push those themselves. There's nothing that we can do about our vassals pushing claims. However, if they push enough territory, then we can create titles, and we can get de jure claims and get the rest of the territory. So de jure claims would be legal under what I'm proposing here. And pressing courtiers' claims would be legal as long as we don't get the territory, as long as they don't join our realm, as long as they remain independent. That's the goal here. And if I mess up and we... Well, actually, now that I think about it, what if we could press it if they didn't get independent? As long as we immediately had to just immediately grant independence. Like that. So, I mean, we can't do this here, obviously, because she's a de jure vassal. But if we had it set up so that we can press anyone's claim, but after the war, we immediately have to grant them independence if they are not already independent. If they enter our realm, they have to be granted independence. So the only thing we're allowed to change via war is who the ruler is, and that can't change to us. Or change borders via de jure only. That's the only wars that we are allowed to declare. That's what I'm currently leaning towards in terms of this pacifist playthrough. It's not strictly pacifism, but also the vote wasn't for strict pacifism. So I think that's what we're going to go for. So this person has a claim on the High Chiefdom of Estonia. Normally in Crusader Kings 3, I would just click this X arrow and not care about this, because we just have so many CBs that we can blob however we want. But in this situation, those things actually matter. Because, in theory, if we were to recruit her to our court, we would be able to press that. I need to figure out exactly how that system works, though. So, if we go to our court, has a useful duchy claim. Okay, so it shows up like that. So, if we were to recruit her, unlanded characters who serve their liege, yes. I want to figure out exactly how we get these people to have their claims be pressable. I'm wondering if this is something in our culture or our religion that is preventing us from doing this, because I think we're supposed to be able to do it at this point. We do get a domain limit. That's nice. Let's see here. I don't think there's anything in here. So culturally, we are bellicose. We do want to change that eventually. Yeah. Interesting. There is a way to do it. And I think I need to just look it up. I'm not super used to this style of play in Crusader Kings, and we'll get there. But eventually, that'll be a thing that happens. This guy's learning should keep him safe, probably. 50-50? Actually, slightly better odds if he fights the bear. And he's wounded. Okay, well, that's unfortunate. It's not hugely surprising. It was a 47% chance. Our concubine is bearing our child, which is very helpful, actually. Learning lifestyle experience. We'll just go ahead and take that. We are going to be able to switch. We'll do that as soon as we get our next point, I think. Okay, we'll invest 60 gold. That'll be fine. And we can hold court. We should go ahead and do that. We will, of course, have 3 petitioners. Steward Arnie is visibly motivated by some grand proposal. Great Emperor, there's much potential in Earl Andre's Earldom of the North Riding for a regional center of commerce and artisans. With funds for construction, the groundwork for the area's first Scandinavian city could be laid in Richmond by consolidating villages. Trade should be encouraged. Go ahead and do that. We can start a city there. Queen Nyaves, my vassal, strides forward, clearly eager to hear my response to her petition. My liege, it is galling for a great house like Sombio to have the threat of revocation hanging over us like mere barons or tenants. Let us ensure the stability of the Empire is not threatened by trivial disagreements. No. The doors are cast open by King Hrani, with Mayor Guthrother following close behind. Hrani points rearward. This churl desires my woman Gurley visiting Norgr on the slightest pretense to catch a glimpse of her. Set him straight. It is true, Guthrother admits plaintively. She has been haunting my dreams for weeks. Please, my liege, I don't know what I'll do without her. I don't care. Actually, we kind of do need a concubine. I know how to settle this. Fantastic. My business here is done. Okay. Well, that gives us a second concubine. That's always handy. Oh, and a third. Perfect. Okay, so we had another daughter. That's fine. We do get a learning perk here, and that is going to be Plans Cultivation. And then we're going to swap over to Family Focus. Cool. Show the Jarl in at once. He brings 50 gold. That's fine. We don't really care about gold at this point, but we do get a Dynasty Legacy. That allows us to take assertive rulers. Done. Cool. So that's well underway. As soon as we finish up an innovation here, 38 years and 35 years, okay, that's a long ways away. We may actually want to switch to Casus Belli right now. That's going to be 18 years because we do want to be able to go after de jure territory. I think I've pretty well decided. If you strongly disagree, let me know. But I think I've decided... Oh, we have a son. Okay, cool. I think I've decided that that is the way we're going to go. So we need to give this guy, I think, a stewardship education because we're definitely having some domain limit issues. And we'll go ahead and educate him by... Our wife will do fine. There we go. So now that we have a son, we have some potential options opening up to us. And that son is our heir. Sadly, all three of these are of age. We're definitely looking around for some nice inheritance shenanigans going on here. But I don't see any good opportunities right now. What we'd really love to see... Actually, we could go for Brittany. Not Brittany, but Brittany. Just for the record. We could go for something like this, but I think there's religion issues here. Yeah, that's not going to happen at this time. So, we're going to have to look out over this direction. We could... I would really love to get Bjarma land here. That would be absolutely ideal. He is now severely injured. Okay, sure. He's not doing so well on his adventure. What about Khazaria? Evil. Okay. So we need to find religions that are not evil. And actually, can we change the Catholic opinion of us? I mean, we could convert, but I don't think that would be useful. Yeah. So if we look in here, there's that fervor there. I don't think we can change their opinion of us. I don't think that's a thing that can happen. If I'm wrong, then I'm wrong, but I don't think that we can do that. So our best bet, I think, is to get people of different religions onto these thrones. I think that's the way to go. What about this religion? Hostile. That's a possibility. This would require quite a string of murders, I think. And they're on Confederate partition, which also makes things complicated for us. Of course, we're also on Confederate partition. That makes inheritance very complicated indeed. For now, though, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to continue thinking about what our path forward ends up looking like. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.